And folks, we're going to walk from baggage claim to the station to get to the Bill Gates Foundation. Um, you walk from baggage claim 1, you're going to walk all the way westward towards, I think the highest number is baggage claim 16, or the last baggage claim uh, carousel, and that's probably going to be 16. If it's higher than that, keep going. You're going to keep going, and we're trying to get to the escalators. And we're going to go up the escalators, and here comes the escalators. And we're going to go to Skybridge 6. Okay, so let's go on the escalator. There we go. And we're going to come to Skybridge 6. Skybridge 6. And we've reached the top. This is actually the Skybridge are in the middle. And so here we go. We're going to enter those sliding doors for Skybridge 6. Here we go. We are entering and we're going across the bridge. And we're going across the bridge. Now keep in mind, we're going to take the go-kart, the cart, and we're going to ride to Seatac station, Link Light Rail station. We're going to take the light rail, and here we are. But keep in mind, you can go to the third level of the garage and catch a Lyft or Uber. And here we are at the Seatac station. And here we are. Let's see here. Okay. And again, like I said, there are options. If you're staying at a hotel, sometimes the hotel might provide your shuttle. Again, this is on the third level of the garage if you have a shuttle from your hotel. But you also can catch the Lyft or the Uber on the third level of the garage. And here we are. We're at the top. We're at the rail level here. And we're going to be going northward to downtown Seattle. And that's typically labeled Linwood Transit, Linwood City Center. That would be the north direction. And that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to wait for the train. And here we go. Now, if you see Angle Lake, that means you're in the south side of the rail. You're on the side of the rail, but we're going north direction and Linwood City Center. Linwood City Center. Okay, it's a nice bright day today. And you can see Mount Rainier from on the top here. And look, seeing Mount Rainier, it's a spectacular view. This is a nice, bright day in Seattle. Okay. And we're going to be waiting. Okay. But like I said, you can all in the garage you have options. You can take Uber or Lyft on the third level of the garage, or you can take a shuttle bus if you stay in a hotel. Some of the hotels provide them freely. And okay, nice, beautiful, bright day in the Sound. And here we are on our way to Westlake Station in downtown Seattle. And Right here. We're almost there. We're going through Symphony Station right now. And we are on the way to Westlake Station. Let's begin. Usually from Pioneer Square to Westlake, it's underground. The link light rail is underground, so it's dark. And yep. And here we go. Here we go. The link light rail. It's relatively new rail system, and it's now online. It's now a necessity in Seattle in moving around and makes moving around easier. And here we go. We're at Westlake right now, exiting Westlake. And so what we're going to do, we're going to exit to Pine Street, and we're going to go eastward on Pine Street to Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is on the side of Westlake Center, is where the monorail is. This is where the monorail is. And on the side of Westlake Center on Fifth Avenue, you're going to enter the monorail. And here we go. We are on our way. On our way to Pine Street. Up these escalators to Pine Street. And here we go. You're going to exit out on Pine Street and Fifth Avenue. And right here, this is Fifth and Pine Street, main bridge right here, Rolex. And this is right here into Westlake Center. And by the Nordstrom Rack is the monorail. Okay. And I'm crossing, this is Fifth Avenue. And I'm going to enter the monorail. Into the monorail. And as you can see, this is the Sephora's right here, All Saints and Nordstrom Rack, and so I'm going to go ahead and walk to catch the elevator. This is the monorail tracks right here. We're underneath it. Okay. You either can walk up the steps to the monorail or you can take the elevator. I'm not in the mood for exercise, so I'm going to take the elevator, hit the up button. Okay, but here's the elevator on Fifth Avenue.
Do you guys do shoes here?
Yes, they do. You have to go to the, not the monorail. You'd have to go to the mall, Westlake Mall. Just go out, enter from the front.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna go to the third level. That's where the monorail is. When we get on this elevator, if it opens, there it is. It has opened. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit the third, level 3, number 3, to enter the monorail. this way to the monorail. Okay, here we go. And here we go. The monorail right here. This is Mopop here. Museum of Pop Culture. Mopop is right here. We're going to right now. Museum of Pop Culture. We have the Seattle Center right now. We're going through the Mopop Museum of Pop Culture. And we're at the Seattle Center right now.
Now arriving at Seattle Center Station. This is our one and only stop. Please make sure you have all of your belongings and watch your step as you exit through the doors on the right side of the train. We hope to see you again soon.
Welcome to Seattle Center. I hope you'll have a good rest of your day.
Exiting out the monorail. And this is a view of the Mopop Museum of Pop Culture right here. And this is it. This is Seattle Center. And here's a view of the Space Needle right here. The Space Needle. Carl? And folks, if you come into the Bill Gates Foundation and the Bill Gates Foundation and Discovery Center, it's right next to the Seattle Center. And as you can see, you would just, this is Fifth Avenue right here, and the Mopop right here, Harrison Street and Fifth Avenue. And you can see the Space Needle right here. So to get here, you can either take the monorail and walk towards the Mopop and come to Fifth Avenue right here. And when you cross the street, you're going to be right at the Gates Foundation. So you just, here I am. This is Mopop right here, the Mopop Music of Popular Culture, Museum of Popular Culture. And you just keep walking down. This is Fifth Avenue right here, across the street. And here's the Gates Foundation Discovery Center. This is open to the public. There's a free tour, free lecture of what the foundation is doing. And you just walk down. And just walk straight down. So if you're coming from the airport, just get off Westlake Station. And at Westlake Station, basically, you can just walk down Fifth Avenue from Westlake Station. You can take the monorail, or if you can go to 3rd and Pine and just catch the number 4 bus. All of that will, as you can see, that one of the number 4 buses coming right now. It's passing me right now. So if you go to 4th and Pine off Westlake Station or Westlake Center, you can come straight down here and see the Bill Gates Foundation and the Discovery Center. The Discovery Center gives you a practical notion of what the Bill Gates Foundation does. And you have this section which is open to the public, and you have the administrative building for the Gates Foundation. And here we go. And okay, and here we go, Gates Foundation. This is more right here, the administrative buildings right here, and it's attached to the Discovery Center. Okay, there we go. And yeah, and this is it. You've gotten a little tour of the Bill Gates Foundation and an inside tour of the Discovery Center. I did. And we are inside the Discovery Center right here, fighting infectious disease. And here we go. Again, they give a free tour, usually at 2 o'clock. You get a free tour of the whole place. I don't have to, I'll let you come visit the foundation and the Discovery Center and see the tour here. So this is probably going to be a very short video.
Like we said at the beginning, one of the main purposes that this foundation exists is to stop the spread of preventable diseases. And so sanitation is a huge help in that path. So the Reinvented Toilet Challenge had 3 main components. One, the toilet could not use any resources like water or electricity or something like that. Second, the toilet had to kill all of the pathogens in the waste. So no bacteria, no viruses, no parasites. The third thing is that it had to create a resource. So it had to make something useful. Really? So right, you're like, oh my gosh.
Compost.
And so many places came and they submitted ideas, and the Gates Foundation gave them $100,000 to develop their ideas. And so this room kind of has a bunch of those ideas in them. One of them, which is one of my favorites, is this right here. This is an Omni processor. This isn't a reinvented toilet, but it's a reinvented sewage system. And it's really cool. It's like a poop power plant. So when you think of like how electricity is made, and we burn fossil fuels like coal, natural gas, things like that to make electricity, here the main input to make your electricity is poop. Okay, so you go around, so there's 5 of these in the world. One of them is in Dakar in Senegal, where they don't have flush toilets. And so you go around and you pump out the pit latrines, and then you bring the sludge to this system. So this woman right here, Lena Tolfe, she was instrumental in like starting a business by collecting all of the waste and bringing it to the power plant, because the people who own the power plant pay her for the waste. Then they dry out the poop and they burn it, and they use that to boil water, which creates steam, which turns a turbine, which spins in a generator to make electricity. Then they sell that electricity to the community, and throughout this whole process, they are also purifying all the water, filtering all the water that's in the sludge. Poop is mostly water. Okay, and so then they can take that clean water and they can sell that water as well. So they are producing, the resource that they are producing is electricity and clean water, and they are managing and giving a place for all of that waste in the city to come so that it's safely managed. So essentially we're turning poop into something valuable, right? It's valuable for people bringing it here, and then the people who are running this plant want that poop.
And so, like I said, you get a free tour. It's typically 45 minutes in the Discovery Center. So I highly recommend. This is one of the most interesting places to visit in Seattle. So we're going through the poop lecture, so very interesting constructs. And I'm just walking around here.
Alright, so in addition, so that was a sewage treatment plant, but I want you to think about this toilet right here. This is one of the examples of the reinvented toilet. And that takes this idea of a sewage treatment plant and just brings the whole plant into your house. So this is not attached to a sewer system. Instead, when you use the bathroom here, all the waste goes into this little box and gets processed right on site. And when you look at the toilet, it kind of looks like a normal toilet or a regular toilet from the outside. You can come and look at it, but it's actually got an extra opening. So it's got the main opening down at the bottom, and it's also got an extra one right under here. So you can kind of stick your hands there if you want it. It's clean. But that here, this is for to separate the pee from the poop. If you've ever like poured water out of a cup or a teapot and it kind of dribbles down the side and gets everywhere, that's exactly the concept that they were going for when they designed this, because as you pee into the toilet, it sticks to the opening, and so you're separating out the pee and the poop. The poop then gets flushed down here. It does use water, but only a small amount, maybe a soda can's worth of water, and it's used a vacuum flush, kind of like when you're in an airplane. When it goes back here, the solids, they have to get dried out. Because if you're going to burn something, it needs to be dry. So the way that they dry it out is it goes into like a centrifuge and it spins really fast. All the extra water gets moved out to the side. That water goes to the liquid side. Then the poop moves over to like a press where all of the water is continually squeezed out of it. And you end up with this little poop cake. And that poop cake goes on this white conveyor belt and it gets heated up. So as it travels through this white conveyor belt, that's where all the pathogens are being killed. They come out this end right here, and this is where the poop is emptied. And I actually have some samples from people who tested this out, and this is what that poop looks like. Yeah.
So there's a lot of displays here. So what the foundation does. What to feed your duck. Fiber phenols, fermented foods like. This is the various terms for crap. This is very amusing to me. Caca. Sickmac. Poop for English. Merde. For Spanish. Do me. The gala do me. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is a very interesting place to visit in Seattle. And so, would you drink water from this fountain? Whatever the condition the people live, wherever they live, however they live, they share the same hopes, the same dreams as you and I. Partners of human potentials. So I will not, the whole tour, come visit the Discovery Center. I will not take the whole thing, you just got snippets of it, very interesting things the foundation is doing. And fighting disease, building opportunity. Okay, family foundation.
There's a couple other ones over here. For example, this one right here is the same idea as the on-dish processor. You rent out the toilet for very cheap, and then the company collects it when you're done with it, and they turn it into fertilizer, and they sell the fertilizer. So that one is quite cheap, and it's helping with sanitation issues now. Sanitation is not like a one-size-fits-all solution, and so we're meeting a lot of different ways in a lot of different communities and a lot of different technologies to kind of address differences in all of the world. Yeah. Any other questions about how this would work? And so because it's not on the market, there's not like a price. We estimate that it would probably be a couple $1,000s. But also thinking about people who own septic systems or who might have to replace septic systems. Well, that sounds crazy for us to pay for a toilet now. If you're replacing your entire septic system, it is much cheaper than trying to replace an entire septic system. And so we're just trying to get it to a point where it can be more. This is, it's called Loop. It's fertilizer. It actually comes from the wastewater treatment plants here in King County.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So how you, oh well. I guess, I don't know. This has been it's a beautiful place. One of the unique places in Seattle. It's worth the visit, so.
Do you live in Seattle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Have you been here before?
Never.
Okay.
I just passed by.
Yeah.
Seattle Center is right there. Mopop, it's right across the street. But yeah, all right. Well,
They're used, they grow with fertilizer made from poops.
from poopy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
got
that
you.
it's just like a fun way to say, like, hey, look, you can make poop into fertilizer.
Have
Yeah.
you?
They're used, they grow with fertilizer made from poops.
From poopy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
So that
got you.
it's just like a fun way to say, like, hey, look, you can make poop into fertilizer.
Have
Yeah.
you? All right. Okay. Okay. Symbolic of. Okay. Thank you, my friend. And again, this is gonna do it. Here we go. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's right now the Gates Foundation Discovery Center. There's been changes. And there we go. That's gonna do it. Subscribe and like this video. When you're in Seattle, if you're coming from the airport, come to Westlake station. Get off on Westlake station and exit. There are multiple ways to get here. You can take the monorail. And then walk towards when you get off the monorail. You walk towards the Mopop station, Mopop building, and you walk to 5th Avenue, and you cross 5th Avenue, and you're gonna be here. You can also go to 3rd and Pine Street and catch the number 4 bus, and that will take you right here. And as you can see, the bus stop is actually right in front of the Gates Foundation station. It's right there. You can also, like I said, if you want to walk, it's a 20 minutes walk. You can also walk down 5th in a northward direction. And let me show you where that number 4 bus stop is. It's actually right there. It's right in front of the foundation building, 500 5th Avenue. And as you can see, and yes, so here it is. So just get off right here. That's for the number 4, well, right over there across the street. Well, not across the street. If you're coming from 5th Avenue, it's gonna be right here. So just get up right here, and you're right at the Gates Foundation. And that's gonna do it. Like and subscribe if you like this video. And that's gonna be it.